Hey, this is James from James Odessa Flooring LLC. Don't be a dummy. Call us and save some money. You can call us at 919-437-5323 or 910-221-2012. I want to talk to you. This is the only thing this is about is moldings, right? There's two moldings that I'm just going to talk about today. Well, I can talk about more. I'm going to start off with the first two. There's a shoe molding and a quarter round, right? What's the difference? Quarter round is wider than the shoe mold, right? It's a quarter of a round. So if you got a circle and you cut it into quarters, it's a quarter of a round. That's a quarter round. Then you have shoe molding, which is not a quarter round. It's actually as tall as a quarter round, but it's skinnier on the base. So it's the profile is smaller. So you typically use shoe molding, right, when you do a solid hardwood floor or like a sheet vinyl. In any kind of floating floor that you do, any floor that like a laminate floor or LVP or whatever, you have to use the wider base, which is on the quarter round. You have to use that because you have to allow the floor to be able to expand and contract underneath that shoe molding, right? So that's where you use the two different things. And then of course you got baseboard. The baseboard is the one that goes around the room, and then the shoe mold attaches to the baseboard, and the shoe mold and the quarter round attach to the baseboard. So if you don't put shoe molding unless there's baseboard, yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. And the shoe molding and the quarter round is for expansion. It's to cover the space and allow for expansion, so you don't see a hole going around it. Sometimes people will, when they put a floor in, they'll put a baseboard right on top of the floor. They put the floor down first and then take the baseboard off and put it on top. So then they might not put any shoe mold or quarter round. And that's fine if they definitely got enough room under that baseboard to allow for expansion. And then the problem with that is if you ever want to replace that floor, is you got to take all the baseboard off instead of just popping the shoe mold off and changing the floor out. So that's the two things that I want to talk about. The two main things is shoe mold and baseboard. Oh, I said I might talk about something else. Well, there's these other transition pieces, and they transition between different flooring types or different rooms or whatever. You have the T-molding, and that transitions if the floors are the same height. You can put a T-molding on top of that. And if the one floor is higher than another floor, you put a reducer. And then also, so it reduces from the higher floor to the lower floor, right? And then you have baby threshold with lips, and they're like good for carpet or even a carpet transition. And like vinyl and LVP, they come with moldings that are like 4-in-1, so you can make the transition to do different things in one kit, right? But hardwood floors, you got to use the actual different moldings, right? You have different thresholds, you have different T-bowls, different things like that. But that's pretty much the moldings. My main concern was just making sure you know what the difference is between quarter round and shoe molding. Quarter round and shoe molding, right? Shoe molding skinny, quarter round's thicker. And the quarter round goes on a floor that's floating. The shoe mold goes on floors that are fixed, like glue down floors, nail down floors, or even ceramic tile or whatever. That's it. Peace out.